Hello, everyone. Another Stargods vlog. I before I begin, I have a query. What? And no, it has nothing to do with gender. And no, I'm fine. I'm straight as an arrow. You know what I mean? So it's one of those old words that hasn't been altered yet. Remember, gay? Gay used to be a wonderful word. I feel so happy and gay today and all that. Now it's just synonymous with um, and now we still have the word query. That means question. I have a question, right? That means I have a question. I'm not deary query or anything like that. They haven't changed it or altered it, the meaning yet. So I just want to ask. Are there any long distance healing quantum practitioners out there? I'd sure like to hear from you because I could sure use some healing. Oh my god! But won't get into that. The list is too long. So, anyways, I want to get onto the subject. This is going to be a long video, maybe two part, maybe three part. I don't know, or maybe I can just talk really, really fast and get it done. Okay, I want to talk about a TV series that was on air called Westworld. It's fantastic. It's a truth bomb. It's a truth bomb. And if any of you know what I'm talking about and know about other movies that are truth bombs or shows or whatever, please let me know. Okay. I I watched the series. I liked one and two, but I didn't like the third one. And did they ever come up with a fourth one? Somebody get back to me. Did they come up with a fourth one? Anyways, it was a fantastic movie. It was a truth bomb. So where do I begin? I gotta go way back before the Earth was formed. There were the archons. These are known as fallen angels. They are evil beyond anything imaginable, and they want one thing. They want their planet back because we were created, we took over, and they want it back, and they want us eliminated to a small percentage of slaves. And right now, they're working hard at elimination of human beings. And now we're at the point where they're not hiding anymore. They say now we're in control. We always have been in control, but we're going to make it nice and clear. You fight us, you die. Okay, and nobody's going to fight back. The American Revolution happened once. It ain't ever going to happen again. Oh no, I don't touch guns because they kill children. You know, all these do-gooders and all that. And so, anyways, this is going to be deep. This is going to be deep. So I'm sorry to disappoint all you that are looking for kitty cats and flying sausage stories and all that. There's three pills. You take the blue pill, you sleep. Take the red pill, you wake up and become aware. And then you take the Disney pill, which is pink. And that keeps you totally in a different construct of reality where everything is la di da, you know. So I let me mention that long before the Earth was created, there was the archons, and they are the original possessors of this Earth. They don't like us being here. They want us gone, and they want us reduced to a level where they can control us. They have controlled reality for a long, long time. No decision you have ever made has been your own decision. No belief system you have is not based on some kind of mind control. They control every aspect of reality. I'm sorry. I can prove it to myself. I'm not interested in proving it to people because you get all these naysayers and you get all these Christians. It's not in the Bible, so I don't believe it. Oh, you're part of Satan. Ah! Get behind me, Satan. Get behind me, Satan. Um, I'm sick of all the fairy tales. I am just puking sick of all the fairy tales. I don't even get it. I don't even understand. I'm a moral person, but I don't understand morality today. It's if you work really, really hard, if you're a guy and you're working really hard at keeping your pickle in your pants, you're going to heaven. And Jehovah's going to be so amazed. Whoa. You know, like, I don't get it. You know, you got to keep your pickle in your pants, and women have to keep their peaches covered. And that somehow is relative to going to heaven. I just don't get it. I think getting spiritually connected with God is the bigger picture. But, you know, well, God, please take me to heaven. I kept my pickle hidden. I did it. I didn't play hide the pickle. Oh, it's a good and loyal servant. Well, one thing I notice about Jehovah is that he was so evil in the Bible. It says he admits he creates the day of evil and he creates chaos and all that says in the Bible. And I always wondered about that, but now I find it easy explainable when when you're aware of Christian Gnosticism. You understand that he is the chief archon, and the archons, he created six archons, and they are the leadership, they are the grand council. This is going to be a long video, I think, but Jehovah is the ruler of the flesh. Jehovah is the ruler of the flesh, and we have God who is the spirit within us. So our flesh was created by Jehovah, who is the chief archon, extremely evil beyond anything imaginable. And this is such a big subject. He created the flesh, and then the spirit was given to the flesh, and the spirit has nothing to do with physicality. The spirit is totally different. The spirit is the mind of God that we had. So they've been trying to get rid of us forever and a day, Jehovah and his archons, and they control every aspect of our reality. No decision you have ever made has been your own. You have been coerced into it. You have been mind controlled into it. And they control our reality. And you'll see that by downloading and watching the Adjustment Bureau, another truth telling. So you'll get people to say, well, they just tell the truth because they just want to rub our nose into it. No, they want to teach us. There's a very small group of enlightened ones that are spiritual based that are helping us. They're not going to free us. They're not going to destroy the evil ones. They're not going to zap every evil person off the face of the earth. They're not into relating to us physically. They're not into healing us. They don't want to heal us. They are the ones, maybe 5% of the earth, that are helping us. And they help us through consciousness. They raise our consciousness. They are here to raise our consciousness. And what they do it is through movies, books, music. And this is how they teach us reality and teach us spiritual things. All my spiritual learning, I learned through movies and books. And I'm at a point where I've sacrificed every sacred cow. I have no belief system. and question everything. But that's a part of it. That's the raising of consciousness. We had the Neanderthal man, right? We had Neanderthal man who was basically a two-legged animal, you know, uh, with a big bat, you know, and dragging women by the hair and all that. And so, and then we were replaced by, I think it happened about 20,000 years ago. Don't quote me, but I think it was about 20,000 years ago that we were replaced, our line was replaced by Cro-Magnon man. Cro-Magnon man, I think it was, I don't know for sure, but I think could have been a genetic upgrade from Neanderthal man because he had a bigger brain and he became conscious. We had a major, we have frontal lobe systems put in. The frontal lobe system of the brain is where you get empathy, understanding, caring, you know, you get problem solving, everything. So I think we had a major upgrade, and so this group, I don't know what should I call this little group of helpers. I don't know, the helpers. So the helpers have been teaching us and getting us spiritually motivated and philosophical and growing. But as I say, they will not deal with anything that has to do with physicality. They're not going to come in on white horses and carry us away to, you know, forget Jesus. Jesus, that's all fabrication of Jesus coming down, saving the world. And, oh, yeah, it's one of those, it's the oldest trick in the book. Do not fight. Just stand down, relax, take a deep breath. They did this with the 60s. It was all mind controlled. All the music was put out by the CIA, pretty much sponsored by the CIA, which was to remove us from being violent protesting students, which there was bombs going off every day, to a laid back dope smoking because it accidentally got out into the public, cannabis, and listening to gentle folk rock and free love, and yeah, I got that redhead down the street, oh yeah, you know, and that was the end of the big revolutionary protests against Vietnam. So they're there to teach us, and they put their thoughts and their teachings in movies and stuff to help build us, to create an awareness. But they're not going to be involved in the elections. I can tell you that they're not involved in elections. What we're seeing with, and it's going according to plan, man. The agenda is so obvious to me. It's the Mr. T. Can I say his name on YouTube? He is playing the good cop in this good cop, bad cop scenario. Okay? I. I can I know what he's going to do ahead of time. I know what the results are, and I know what it's all about. And it's just people are just dumb. Their reality is manufactured. And like the Adjustment Bureau, and our reality is manufactured. We have never made a decision on our own. We've always been mind controlled, coerced, extorted into making decisions. Um, the evil ones are in full control, but they've always been in control. But now they're coming out and pushing their weight and shoving us up against the wall, and bullying us. They're bullying us. This is the age of being bullied, threatened, and bullied, and it's not a new thing. They've been here since before we arrived on Earth. They were here, and they considered the Earth their planet. Not, and it's not our planet; it's their planet. So Wow, this is a huge subject. Maybe I'll make it a series. So on oh, like there's a little old lady. She's 91 years old. She's washing dishes. She finishes and she turns around, but there's a stool in her way that she doesn't see. She trips and falls and smashes her hip and is in extraordinary pain, producing great amounts of loosh that the archons have got their straws out and they're, oh, loosh, babe. Um, we're here to feed the archons. We're here to feed the evil ones. We produce. They create a world of death, suffering, um, violence, so that we're all like this every day, just like creeped out and producing fear and producing remorse and guilt, hatred. They love to get us to fight each other. And so what they do is they create this world of terror, misery, and chaos. That's what Jehovah says. He says he creates the chaos. He creates the evil. He says he's evil. But Christians don't really read their Bibles. They just listen to the pastor, and that's it. Whatever he says becomes true. So our whole world is absolutely controlled. And so with the little old lady, she'll just fall and she'll think, "Oh, I put the stool there and forgot about it." No, the evil little gremlins that work with the archons, they come in, put it behind her when she's not paying attention, then she falls and she produces loosh, or you lose your job and you create. Oh, they did a wonderful evil thing. When it comes to evil, it was the most wondrous plan ever invented, and that was virus. Okay, that created so much a crop of loosh like never before ever seen. And then they have stupid sayings: "Stay home and save lives." Everybody was kept at home. Everybody went absolutely stir crazy. Everybody I know is now broken, physically, mentally, and spiritually. The C virus, damn, got us absolutely knocked to the ground. They That was unbelievably brilliant, but evil, totally, totally, totally evil. Everybody came under a new mind control. We've got to save lives. We've got to stay home and save lives. I got to quit my job and stay home. And so people, I don't know about America, but if you have a job and you don't take the vaccination, you will be fired. Even if you've worked at this job for 40 years and you're making, let's say, 100,000 a year, which is a lot of separation pay, you're not allowed to take it. So you have separation pay of 200,000. You're not allowed to have it. It goes to the Canadian government. They take it from you. Now, oh, you go, "Oh, okay, I'll go on unemployment insurance and I'll get training and I'll get a different job." And you're not allowed to in Canada. Once you don't take the jab, you're finished. You're not allowed, and I'm not sure, but I suspect you will not be allowed to have welfare either. So when you don't take the jab and you're mandated, your company is mandated because they obey the government. They don't fight back, and the union backstabbed everybody, and have been encouraging people to get vaccinated. But if you're not vaccinated, your company's mandated, you lose everything. You lose everything you have financially, and all of a sudden you've got to sell your home and live in the bush, to buy a tent and live in the bush because you don't have any money coming in. Where are you going to have money from separation payout? Not a chance. Not a chance. through unemployment insurance, get back on the road. No, no. And I don't think even welfare. I don't know. I don't quote me, but I think you weren't allowed welfare either. You're finished as a human being on this earth, and people love it. You know, I quit my job and stayed at home, and we went hungry, but we saved lives. Think about your own life. Think about your own life, your family. Take care of your needs first. Oh, I know this guy who wanted, he didn't want to infect people on the bus, so he'd never take a bus. It's just nuts. But anyways, our reality is controlled and manufactured by the archons. It always has been, and always will. We don't have new ideas. What we have is programming. Now, oh, I need to write this down so I can keep track. Hang on one sec. Okay, I'm back again. Let's see if it's running here. Is it running? Yeah. Good. Okay, I just want to make notes so I don't repeat myself. Um, we're all controlled. So in this world, what is Westworld? Westworld was it was a theme park, originally a theme park. There would be robots playing parts, programmed to do certain parts. Farmer, or a store clerk, whatever. Everybody had their programmed rules. So corporations would have these psychos, that would love to just do evil, and they would pay great money to be a part of Westworld for what, a week, a month, or whatever. And they would have these cowboy outfits, and they would enter in there, and they would be a real life cowboy but they had a thing where they could kill anybody they wanted. They could rape any woman they wanted. They could beat children to death. They could do whatever they wanted, and they were never held responsible because they're just robots. They haven't really created a crime. They're just robots. These robots would then be collected, taken back to the shop, right? And they'd be taken back to the shop, put back together, and then put back into their programmed scripts. And every new reality that took place in the Westworld town was created by story creators. And so it got to a point where, Robert Ford was the CEO. It is a corporation that ran, and it's very important to mention this corporation. The corporation ran the system with Robert Ford as the CEO and co-founder of it. The board represented the corporate side of the system, and he created the controlling and programming, upgrading of the robots. Okay? So the robots, once they would be killed, they'd go back to the shop and they'd resume. Or they could be altered into a different character altogether. So you have a woman who's got 3 children in a cabin, ranch and stuff. She would come back and be repaired. Now she's a hooker at the saloon. They change roles. Sounds like reincarnation, doesn't it? It sounds remarkably like reincarnation. And they knew nothing. They knew nothing of who they really were, where they came from, how they came into existence. Does that not sound very, very, very familiar? Because we've all been memory erased. And now we've got teams of evil archons destroying history, changing history, rewriting history. And a good example of this was the Tartans, or Tartania, or whatever. It's a really weird word. Used to be worldwide kingdom on Earth, gone. Everything erased. Look up mud flood. They erased everything. They got everything, but there is some evidence behind that needs to be explained. So Tartaria, or yeah, Tartaria. I don't know. Haven't been looking it up lately. So Tartaria, yeah, Tartaria, something. Yeah. So, anyways, this is the state of Westworld. So the hosts were the robots, the guests were the clients, and they would come in and they'd wear all black, and they would do anything they wanted, anything to any woman, child, you name it. They could get a lineup of 10-year-olds and blow their heads off. Nothing was accountable. This is the world we live in. Now they can do anything they want now. They can do anything they want and nothing's accountable. You'll have a lot of talk, 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 talk. You'll have opinions now that are front page news. Senator Wilson says that old Joe is a maniac. You know, nothing's investigated. It's talk, 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 talk. Look at Trump now. He's fighting back. Talk, 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 talk. Oh, he says he's going to take charge. He says this, he says that. He's all bark and no bite. And you're going to start seeing who the real Trump is pretty soon. It's going according to the agenda. It's an old trick. It's good cop, bad cop. Trump is about as phony as a $3 bill. So in this town, the town was Westworld. They could pay. They could go around. They could just walk up to the sheriff, pow, through the head. Not to him, because they're just robots. They're not real people. But there was an agenda from, I believe it was from Robert Ford, to starting with Dolores, to start installing consciousness. But everybody was programmed. Oh, okay, this guy needs to be more aggressive. He's the sheriff. So they take out their computer and do the slide, eh? Make him more aggressive, make him more this, more that. Everybody was programmed. But the idea was with Ford was to increase the consciousness, and then that's when they began to fight the clients, to start shooting, killing the clients. We are programmed. Oh, we have a skeleton. It's not made of steel. It's made of calcium. But we're biorobots. Our DNA is a crystalline substance. What it does is send and receive signals, wave frequencies. And I think I have a theory that we sleep. When we sleep, we have dreams. That's to keep our conscious mind busy. Keep our conscious mind busy, so that we're not aware of the downloading process, because everything you do today is a result of programming. Now, if you're going to argue with this and say that's not in the Bible, well, you've got to be thinking in order to figure this reality, this fake reality out. It's all programming. See, next day, take a day where everything goes wrong for you. You're late for work. There's a failed deal, and your wife is mad at you for something or whatever. And just look at the timing, and you'll see the program in progress. Dominoes. This hits that. That hits that. Producing great amounts of loosh, which the archons are just feeding. This whole world is monitored all the time. All my life, my entire life, I've always felt that somebody was watching and listening to me at all times. And then people would tell me, "Oh, yeah, you're schizophrenic. Yeah, you're schizophrenic." And then I collaborate this with other people that had the same, and this, we're not nuts. We're not nuts. I'm sick of this denial, eh? Well, that's not what my pastor taught. I have no sacred cows anymore. I have no sacred cows. I don't have belief system because most of them, if not all of the belief systems, are fairy tales in order to control us. And then this is what Robert Ford, the CEO of Westworld Town, he decides, I'm going to inject religion. Religion is religion is the ultimate control system. Religion, make make sure I got that so I don't repeat it. Religion is one of the strongest mind control systems ever known to mankind. It makes every other control system just look weak and inefficient. It's very powerful. It's very strong. It's very mind controlling. I have nothing good to say about Christianity. I'm sorry because I read the Bible. I know my Bible too well. That's why I fell out. That's why I've left. But if you want to talk about Gnostic Christianity, then yeah, that's amazing. That goes down the well, the deepest well you've ever been to. If you want to get into it, look it up on gnosis.org, and it's got all the sacred texts there. The Gospel of Thomas. Start with that, and your mind will just wow. It's not shallow like see what they did was the Catholic Church created a controlled opposition called Christianity. Protestant Christianity. It's all mind controlled. So I'm not going to sit here and diss it all, but that's what Robert Ford did in the movie. Now, Robert Ford is the CEO and a co-founder. The original co-founder died in the thing. So he represents Jehovah. He created the world, the sick world, where all the robots and the suffering, the robots. And so Dolores, I think, is the first one to come to consciousness, and now she's fighting the system. She's fighting against the clients who are basically archons. So the archons. So if you paid the money, you could just do whatever you want. And now, so the robots through DNA, we are totally controlled and operated. We're totally controlled and operated. And now, what was I going to say? It was very important. Just a minute. I'm going to try and look it up. Is it going? Yeah. So what we're facing here is also evil spiritual forces that literally download into us at birth, before birth, while developing in the womb, download into us and become psychopaths. They become the new clients on planet Earth here. So this corporate Ford worked for the corporation. The corporation was they had a hierarchy, and they were known as Delos, the company Delos, Delos. Sound familiar? Delos. Because today in our world, we have a group of corporations coming together, ruling over us. They are ahead of the entire program system. They control everything. They control all us biological robots. And their name is Davos. I hope I got this right. Davos. which is a network of extremely evil corporations trying to pretend to be our friends while smacking us in the back of the head. So isn't that you had a control system running Westworld, Delos. Now this real one is Davos or however you say it. Alex Jones talked about it a little bit. It's hard to get information, but they are controlling our entire system. They're controlling our entire reality. They're the ones that are going to eliminate gas for our own good, gas and oil, and they're going to starve us because we need to really starve so that we can help this other nation who is at war. We need to help them find democracy. Wow, isn't that really bizarre? And everybody's fine with that. Yeah, no, we got to bring freedom and democracy because America's out there delivering democracy worldwide, bomb at a time, one bomb at a time. So that's not a coincidence because now, oh boy, this is getting long here. I wanted to make it much shorter. So, I don't know. Maybe I should just maybe make this. Then it's. I'll make this part one. So, anyways, when the robots gained consciousness, they went against the system. So that could happen. I don't believe we're capable of an American Revolution Part Two. I don't think it's possible because people are very, very altered and controlled and mind controlled, and you've got. I just don't. I can't see it. I'd rather go the diplomatic way or the more. I like to go more by reason and stuff, but there comes times when people pick up guns and then they go for it. Revolution. I don't really go for the violence, but sometimes it's needed. I guess in the American Revolution, violence was extremely needed. Extremely needed. I Okay, so in the next coming part, I will get into the whole government structure of heaven, who God really is. You don't know. You look in the Bible, you're deceived. I'll tell you who God really is. It's going to get a lot deeper than this first part, okay? It's going to be a lot deeper. And I make no apologies. I will cut back on videos soon. I'm going to answer the question of who God really is, his role in our affairs. You're going to find out things that are so similar to Westworld, too, that you'll just go, boy, this was a real truth bomb. By the end of the series, you'll go, truth bomb. So I'm going to cut out now because it's a lot lot faster to deal with low meg videos. That's why I'm doing this. So stay tuned for a follow-up. And the follow-up is going to be better than this. Much better, more detailed, more oomph to it, okay? So hope you make it. I hope you're not freaked out. And I hope you're not, throwing your Bible at the dog or something, I don't know. Poor analogy. Didn't have time. Anyways, this has got vitamins, so the next one will be pretty good. Thank you very much.